South Bend Council meeting, April 11th, 2022.
Recording. We'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
The flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. So I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, and the minutes for March 28th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I,
All right, unanimous. Do we have any correspondence?
Oh, yeah, there was.
No, you're good. No rush.
The disaster field operations centers was.
Oh, yeah, from the Small Business Administration.
Yeah.
Okay,
And all it is just letting you know when the last day for applications are being accepted.
Yeah.
I think it's on the last page.
Read that.
okay. All righty, that's it.
That was it.
All right, so move on to items from the public. Please rise and state your name for the record.
Mike Norden. I'm the manager for the Pacific Conservation District. And I'm here, I'm going to try to keep this in 3 minutes unless you guys want to ask me questions afterwards. The reason I'm here are two reasons. One, recently, we've always had the plan to come to you guys and ask if you would like to be included in the district boundary, which you guys are not, the city of South Bend. And the city of Oaxaca are the two cities not in the district boundary. The cities of Long Beach and Raymond are in the district boundary. And it just takes a long time for me to get around to coming to the cities about this because I'm pretty busy. However, recently I've had interest, your citizens of South Bend have shown interest in becoming a board of supervisor. And for that, they have to be in the district boundary. So the next meeting, I'm going to be trying to get onto the agenda to come and do a full presentation for
Okay, that would be great.
and to explain the pros and cons of what that is. The second reason I'm here, and this is more time sensitive, and I'm not asking for the board to say yes or no. I'm actually looking for more of, if you have any consternation or opposition to it. There is a grant opportunity, that the Washington Sea Grant, which is like WSU Extension, except for the University of Washington. I'm working with them. They would like to cite some other project work. They want to couple one big grant package together. And one of the items in it is, and I don't know where you guys are at on this issue, but they would like to seek funding to have both the city of South Bend and the city of Raymond providing a half-time position, basically a full-time position to cover both, but officially they'd be a half-time position in each city to work on drainage issues, flooding issues, and potential sea level rise. It's the driver. However, in the process of that, it'd help if you guys need any extended planning on that, which could lead to grant funding to get a lot of those issues or some of those issues taken care of under grants. So it wouldn't be any cost to the city of South Bend. So I'm not asking you guys to say yes or no on that. I'm just saying if you guys had any gut feeling like you didn't want us to pursue that, which you could still later say no, to let me know now so I can basically save some effort of not having to do the work if you weren't interested.
I guess the question that I would have is, what is the involvement with the city of this person? Would they be working with the city supervisor and
They're
that
working
sort
with
of a
the city
thing?
supervisor and specifically, but
Mhm.
also the council. And they would be your representative on that process. Then there'd be us others that'd be working in the process, all working together to try and come up with something that's a win-win, something that's good for you guys, and looking at all the data that goes into it. But it's really important, and we talked about this, it's really important for the city to have its own representative. And we don't care if you contract that out, you pay a current employee out of that dollars, whatever it is, but that person would be your representative through that process.
Do you have information on paper that we could look at to
Uh,
see something
so
on
it's-
this?
I can get you what we have. So we have, the reason I'm here today is because on the by the 21st, we have to put in our pre-application. And if it moves past that, then they'll ask us to do a full application. Then we come back to you guys to get the official approval. Right now, we are writing the grant, so we really don't have anything written up on it. It's National Fish and Wildlife Fund is who we're going through it. It's through their Coastal Resiliency Fund, their specific grant program. So we have to have, there's certain nexus points we have to hit. But we're trying to put this and a couple other projects in the area all together to try and get some long-term planning done.
Mhm.
That we know that the cities probably need, and we are going to be coming to the city of Raymond on this soon, next week also.
Yeah,
So would this grant, this funding pay for this position? I wasn't,
Yes,
it would, so it wouldn't be the city
it would
putting
be
up money.
nothing out of your pocket.
And then what about longevity of that position? Do you have any idea how long that funding will be there, or is it year by year?
Well, we're writing it for a 2 to 3 period of time. We're going to see feedback through the process if we can go for a 3-year request.
Okay, tell me again, the scope of this person's responsibilities, flooding.
So drainage, flooding issues, and anything connected to sea level rise. So any of your planning, like talking about potentially parks, building a trail, and maybe you can incorporate, you guys to emphasize, we need to have something that incorporates to raise up certain parts of that bench on the other side of town to make sure that it's also not only good for the park, but safeguards for sea level rise or flooding from the river. It could be anything you guys have an emphasis for to go into that process, that plan.
Is this a duplication of effort with what Dennis does with
We're hoping it
flooding?
would tie into it. So any information you guys already have, we could put it in there. The ultimate goal is to get a plan that is recognized by the federal government. So then, not that yours isn't, but just, you know how it is, a lot of partners have a better ability to get bigger money. That is ultimately our goal, is to get money to bring it back here to solve some of the issues.
And we also, after dealing with the flooding we did this year, this kind of seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, me too.
And there's no guarantee, obviously, it's us just
Right.
trying to do this. As if we get to progress to the next level, we would come back to you guys with a more detailed idea of what that entails.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more detail
Yeah.
and whatnot before we,
And I
you know,
totally
and
anticipate that.
I totally understand what you're looking at and it sounds good. But I've learned over time to see what i's are dotted and what t's have to be crossed before we absolutely get sign on the dotted line.
And to be honest,
But it sounds
we're in the
good.
same boat of wanting
Yeah.
to do that exact same thing. And you guys
Yeah.
know who a lot of my board members are. And they're not going to sign the dotted line unless they're happy also.
Yeah,
I'd
Yeah.
like to get more of Dennis's.
Yeah, if it is that way, I would say that's a good idea. I mean, for sure, any additional funding we can get would be great. And,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I totally
sign it,
agree.
we have to sign it, but
Yeah.
And if it taps into some expertise too, like with our flooding issues that, you know,
Yeah.
we don't have at the city level.
Right, yeah.
That would be huge for us.
funding would be great.
If you keep a foot of water out of the bus garage, kudos to you, man.
Well,
But
Bring in
not a
people
miracle
from
worker, but I
Amsterdam.
will, the whole idea is to get a scope done through this 2-year process of finding out, 2 or 3 year process, bringing the data in, finding out what you guys want. Maybe doing some outreach to the citizens and they might know some problems you guys don't know about, I don't know. But getting it all together and getting the funding to actually do that larger engineering, you know, and you guys obviously would be able at that point to hire the engineer that you guys want, but then to actually get the projects done.
Mhm.
And
That
that's,
was- yeah, that was
that's
question.
essentially my end of it is that, so to back up one step, this is exactly the same process we did to do Northwood
Mhm.
and are still in that process. We could never have got any work done over there unless we went through these steps to finally get to where we can get to the money to start doing a lot of these projects.
So I have a question. So the person that you would hire to do this job, what kind of qualifications would they have to have? Would it be someone with a
biology degree or a, I'm just
More of
curious.
a communications outreach person, but it wouldn't be me hiring them. It would be, unless you guys prefer that, you can always turn around and, like with the county, some of our programs, it comes to them, they contract us to do it. But the point of the district is never trying to take the football away from somebody else.
Right.
So it'd be offered to you guys as the cities together to hire someone first. And if you did not want to do that, then we could talk about another option.
Okay.
But
So-
we do not try to take the ball.
Is this basically just finding a stormwater mitigation plan for the cities?
Yes, but to take it to that next level of trying to anticipate. So there's two things gonna happen. So whether there is or isn't gonna be sea level rise, and that for this area here is really, that is dependent on when and if we ever have an earthquake, because this half of the state is rising, the other half is lower. So whenever it snaps, we're gonna see a difference. And we don't know if that's gonna happen in our lifetime or in the future. But the other thing we do know is gonna happen is that we're starting to get heavier deluges of rain in periods of time. And that is gonna be something that everybody down here in this area is gonna have to, up down the coast are gonna have to, we're dealing with fish, we're dealing with a whole bunch of areas. So we just kind of want to look at that long term. Instead of just trying to fix something in the now, try to structure and design something that's good for a long time.
Okay,
It's an infrastructure kind of thing.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really good.
just when you get more information, we would be interested in seeing it.
When I come back to the next meeting, I'll try to bring some more information.
Great,
Sounds great.
that would be awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
So,
That's the only reason I came. Unless you guys want to ask me about something
no,
else.
thank you.
No, thank you.
Will you make a note that put him on the agenda for the 25th, I believe that would
Yep.
be, yeah, 25th. Thank you. All right,
Okay.
thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Thank you.
You don't want to hang out?
No, no.
You're free to go.
It's only 5 meetings a week.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. So we'll move on to item 6, resolution number 2022-05.
Mayor,
Yeah.
Craig, I think Craig has his hand up still for items from the public.
Oh, I'm sorry, Craig. I just moved right along. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. I was just talking with one of my neighbors who's making bets with one of his fishing friends as to whether they'd have a dock available for fishing season. I was just curious if anybody could give an update on where the dock stands sometime during the night.
All the permitting's done. We're working with scheduling right now, Craig. I believe Marine Floats has purchased all the materials and they're putting all the floats together now. So as soon as they do that, I haven't heard from Quiggs. I know he was gonna contact them, but as soon as we do that, we'll know, I guess, an itinerary on when that's gonna happen.
Guessing for an ETA of,
I have no idea until Marine Floats gives us a schedule on when they're gonna be ready with the floats.
okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we'll move on to item 6, resolution number 2022-05, authorizing investments, the LGIP. And basically what this is doing, Dee has been the one to manage our investments, and we are transferring that to Zoe Soa, who will be the new clerk treasurer. Well, she is the clerk treasurer now. We have 2 right now. So that is the action that is going to be taken here, is to transfer it from Dee to Zoe.
And this is just
So-
the LG, the local government investment pool. is
Yeah.
That the state manages. This is a requirement by the LGIP for them, for her to be able to manage it. Very few resolutions, if any of you ever see an actual person in a resolution, this is a requirement by them. So it's just rescinding the one that I have and putting Zoe in.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2022-05.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Moving on, item 7. Ordinance number 1575, shoreline master plan. This is the first reading, so I would entertain a motion to move it to the second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, and then spring cleanup. Tentatively, May 16th through the 21st, pending council approval. So I would entertain a motion to approve spring cleanup.
So moved.
And as a reminder, it comes out of current expense. Just as a reminder, since we don't have a garbage fund anymore.
Okay,
Second.
did we, okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Bring it on.
so we'll move on to department head reports. Police Chief Siegel.
I would just like to remind people that when they want to report something, to call the police department or call the dispatch center to report issues. If you notice vehicles speeding past your house or running stop signs, it doesn't really do us a whole lot of good if you just post it on Facebook, because the police department doesn't have time to sit and monitor Facebook all day long. So we don't know about it if we're not called. So just remember, call us.
Okay,
It was a nice report. Here,
Oh, the monthly,
yeah.
thank you.
Supervisor Hauk.
I don't have very much there. Business as usual
Okay,
at this time. It's gonna
okay,
get busy here shortly, but right now we're doing pretty good.
okay. Clerk Treasurer Soa.
Nothing.
Okay,
Clerk Treasurer Roberts.
yes,
I just want the council to know that Zoe's doing an amazing job. I'm throwing a ton of stuff at her every day. And I don't think anybody really truly realizes what that job entails, and she's doing a fabulous job. It's a lot to learn, so she's doing good.
Good.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Doug.
okay. I don't really have anything to report either. I'm gonna be away for a week, but we're leaving on Wednesday. But I will check my email at least once a day. And I will have my phone if anybody needs me for anything, but we are gonna be out of town, out of state
Good
and
for
far away.
With the house sitter.
Yeah, with a house sitter.
Yeah.
We have to with the dog. We can't leave him
Yeah,
home
we don't
alone.
want- we don't want the public to know your house is in that house sitter.
Oh,
With
yeah.
cameras and alarm system.
And a great big vicious
And a
dog.
German Shepherd.
I need somewhere to park an extra patrol car. I guess I could.
Go for it. Yep,
Put it on
I'll let
driveway.
you. All right. Do we have any public comments regarding the current agenda items tonight? Doesn't look like we do. So let's move on to council comments. Counselor Davis,
Nothing.
Counselor Kuiken,
Nothing.
Counselor Manlow.
I also appreciate the report that Lucas put out. Interesting trend,
It is, yeah.
Really.
kind of unnerving trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's all I have. Just want to thank him for that.
Okay, Counselor Corcoran.
Still, I've got this bee up my sleeve, if you will, about that jail. And wanting to somehow bring it into use so the city can use it as a moneymaker, as an attraction of some sort. And Ryan McMurray and Kevin McMurray and a couple of other people are interested. So Dawn has offered to transport it anywhere where it can be sandblasted and then painted, and it might turn into an Eagle project for somebody to paint it and get it ready. And as well, the steam donkey needs some extra support underneath it, and Dawn and Ryan are working on that because the support is collapsing. So
Yeah, we're able to help however we can on that.
Yeah, I
know that.
that.
Let us know.
Yeah. But we have to get the beams and whatever, and Ryan thinks that he has something that will help. So it's all from me.
Okay.
I could put that jail to use and
I know.
it would save us some money. I
You know
think.
what? the whole city could. I was involved in a charitable project, if you will, where you got put in, you were nominated to be put in jail and you had to get your own bail by calling people, and they had to pledge a certain amount of money to whatever cause, whether it be the city or some charitable contribution. And it was a lot of fun. And a lot of money was raised, a lot of money. So.
I'd probably rot in there. I'm not.
I hate to think how long I have to do this.
But even as an attraction for Labor Day, come and play on Labor Day and you know, just a thought, but I hate to see it. It just looks so lonely sitting there, and it could be something.
Yeah, it's neat.
It could be something, because I understand it was originally a brig from a ship
Oh, I didn't know.
on, and then it went to the sheriff's department. So it would be interesting to get all of that history.
I know it did really well down there at the school when the kids would do that.
Yeah, for the Halloween.
part.
I was always getting thrown in there.
Me too.
The good part was is I had keys, so I just went off the back door.
Well, and All Nations Day, way back in the 30s or something like that, All Nations Day, they did have a jail and they used to put people in there and they had to bail themselves out. And it was a good moneymaker. And I think that we could probably do something with that. So, but Ryan and Kevin McMurray are all in for it. So.
Okay.
I can't remember the men's group that used to do that on Labor Day years ago, that you would be randomly walking down the street Labor Day with your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, and they'd just come and grab you,
Yeah.
throw you in jail, lock it up, and it cost you $5 to get out. And if you were a drinker, you had to take a shot of whiskey. And they made a bundle.
Yes.
I'm game for that one.
First time I got through, and I was within 4 other guys were in there with me, so they were making money. And your report was very interesting.
Yeah, it was.
That's an eye opener, kind of a scary eye opener, but yeah, it was pretty tough. But anyway, that's all I had.
Okay. Do we have any future agenda topics? Nope. All right, thanks everybody for coming. We are adjourned.
Yeah.
Vacation,
Thanks.
mention that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Where you heading?
New York.
Oh, wow.
New York.
Are we talking Broadway?
We won't be far from there. We'll be in Brooklyn.
Don't
Are you